Hello everyone, we have got a most beautiful salad for you to try. It's a Moroccan quinoa and chickpea salad and it is absolutely divine. Stage 5 did it last year for a function and it was really well received. The first thing we have to do, it's got quinoa in it, so we're going to put a cup of quinoa. I've got a tri-coloured one which looks rather attractive, I think you'll agree, and we're going to pop it in the pot with twice as much water, so that's 1 to 2. So 1 cup of quinoa to 2 cups of water. A little bit of salt, and then we're going to turn that on to, well, you can have it on high for a little while until it comes to the boil. Watch out that it doesn't boil over though. So the first thing we're going to do is get our quinoa cooked. So you've seen how we do that, and if you come over here you will see that all the liquid has disappeared. Now I'm going to get a fork and I'm going to fluff it up and put it in the fridge to cool down. Okay, we're going to get the zucchini ready, and I thought we'd have a little bit of this beautiful strips of zucchini made with the veggie peeler for the top of the salad. So just go around and peel off some zucchini and then put it in a bowl ready to garnish. So I've used about half a zucchini there. Watch your fingers, okay? And the rest of the zucchini, I think we'll just do it into small little cubes. Round about like that. Notice I've still got the claw going on with my fingers. So I'm just going to explain that because some of you might not have done food tech with me yet. What's the claw? Well, I hold my thumb at the back and I put my fingers in front. Notice that my bottom joint of my finger is tucked back. You don't want that sticking out. If you stick that out, you're going to lose some flesh, and that's not going to be pleasant. Or you might lose some fingernail. That is not pleasant either. So tuck that under. Then the knife, if you come around here, you'll see that the knife is actually against my first knuckle here, and then I'm pushing forward with this thumb, or I'm just bringing it all down. I know where the knife is at each point because it's against my thumb, not my thumb, my knuckle. And I'll just show you what that looks like when we've got something there. Go as slowly as you need to go. We're going to do a fine dice of an onion now. Cut it in half this way so that the core, here's the core here, we're cutting it in half that way, okay? Not this way, that way, so that the core stays at the back. Then get a small knife and come through this way. And do that on the other side. And get your bigger knife. Be very careful when you do this part. Coming through a couple of times. And then you get your claw happening. And you come through and do a fine dice. If you do really big chunks of onion in the salad, it's not pleasant, but if there is nice just little pieces like this, it's called a fine dice. Now the bits at the end, you can't go right through the end, right? So what you do is cut it into strips and then come through this way. Then the onion goes into the bowl. And we'll do the tomato. Now cherry tomatoes, we can actually cut those down a bit, I think, because they're quite large and we want the flavour to go right through the whole salad. So actually these ones are quite large, I'm going to cut them in quarters. You may have smaller ones and then you can just cut them in half. Okay, we've chosen a really nice feta that you can get from Coles, or probably get it from Woolworths too, wherever you go shopping. This is a Danish feta, so it's really soft. It's not a Greek feta and it's not as salty as other fetas as well. So we're just going to cut those into cubes. I'm going to cut it down this way. And I'm actually going to hold this back. What I mean by that is I'm not going to put it right through the salad. I'm going to sprinkle it on top, because that way it won't get all broken up and you'll be able to see the feta. And we've got some chickpeas, they're going to go in. We might actually get a few more chickpeas than that, even though the recipe says not to have that much. I think it needs a few more. And these are figs. If you've never had figs, you're in for an absolute treat. First job is, we'll just get that border white. Just get rid of the stalk because it's a little bit hard. And look how amazing they look on the inside, and they taste divine. So we're going to cut those into quarters this way, and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to treat those as our special garnish, and we're going to put those on the top and just mix it through a little bit. Okay, we're going to make the dressing now for our beautiful salads. We're going to put some parsley in it, so we're going to chop the parsley, pick it off the stalk, give it a bit of a wash under the running water. This should be fine, it shouldn't need washing. Just take the leaves off. It smells divine. I wish I could share the smell with you. Now this is what I do. I scrunch it all up together, and then I come through like this, keeping the tip of the knife on the board. I'm using the claw again, but then I'm only going to do that once, and then I'm going to do another type of cut. I'll show you what I mean. We're going to keep the tip of the knife with our heel on the tip of the knife. It's not right at the bottom where I could poke myself. It's round about there. And then we're going to come through this way. Then we can lift it up and turn it over. You'll see on the bottom there's a lot more, it's a lot finer. So that's why we need to kind of mix it up as we're going. And then that's enough. That can go back into a bowl. And now we're going to add the other ingredients. We've got some cumin and paprika. We've got some balsamic vinegar. We've got some olive oil. And we've got some lemon juice. Here's a little bit of a trick to get the a little bit of lemon juice out of half of a lemon. Stick a fork in there. You just got to watch out for seeds. Oh, there's another seed. There's another one. Oh, one got in there. And that's probably enough lemon juice. And then we're going to have a couple of teaspoons of honey, but I'm just going to judge it. 1, 2. And then we're going to mix it all up. Now we're going to taste it because we probably haven't put any seasoning in yet. Now we'll need some salt and pepper, so let's get the salt and pepper. Some salt. Not too much because apparently it's not good for us. Some pepper. Mix that all up. I'll just get another fork and taste it. We are now going to put our beautiful salad together. So there's some of the ingredients, the onion, the zucchini, the chickpeas and the tomatoes. We've got our quinoa here and that's going to go in. We've got a bag of lettuce. Now this, of mixed meat. This should be enough for about 4 people, I would say. And I'm going to put in half of the figs and keep the rest back. Then I'm going to mix up the salad dressing. And I've just washed my hands just before, so I'm going to use my hands to toss the salad. Now I'm going to teach you a little trick for how to serve up a salad into a nice pile so it looks fantastic. So what you do is you grab a pile, then as you bring it onto the plate, you're lifting it. Can you see what I'm doing? I'm kind of lifting it as I'm putting it onto the plate. And I'm making a centralized pile. That's plenty for one person. Now we're going to add a little bit of the cheese on top and maybe 1 or 2 figs and a little bit of our zucchini just to finish it on top like that. And there we have it.